The Nintendo Direct just happened and I am so excited for some of these games that they have announced. So honestly, going into this, I did not expect anything but a more Zelda collector's edition, Zelda Switch as my speculation, and I got so much more than that, and I'm so excited. It's like a 3DS revival. But anyway, before I get started, this is your first time clicking on my videos, my name is Delaney and welcome to my channel. Welcome back, return viewers. Always here talking about games that I'm playing, games that I love, mostly Nintendo Switch related. So if you want to stay for a bit, like and subscribe. Let's get started, you guys. So I would usually start off talking about Zelda, but this time I'm going to talk about Professor Layton because, oh my gosh, Professor Layton is one of my favorite games from the DS. I love Professor Layton and I love I'm like so happy. I love the point and click, I love the puzzles, and I think I've been like hoping that there would be a Professor Layton game onto the Switch. Like they do have I believe it's Professor Layton's daughter, and I have not played that one because I'm sorry, I really just want Professor Layton. I was like kind of hoping, like honestly, as soon as they showed the hat from far away, I was like, oh my gosh, it's Professor Layton. Like I was so excited. Like I've never been this excited watching Nintendo Directs. I'm gonna be 100. Like it's just like seeing him again. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see what this game is gonna be about and how it translates over onto the Switch. So I'm just like super anticipating all of it, especially considering everyone kept saying that Professor Layton was never coming back, and that basically, like, you know, all of the hype around him died down. But I never lost hope. I was always hoping there would be something on Nintendo Switch, and I was finally going to be here this year. So super excited for that. The other game that I was really excited for as well is Fantasy Life. So Fantasy Life, I have it on the 3DS and it's awesome and amazing. And I am just so happy to see that they are doing another game on Fantasy Life. This one looks like it's gonna be, I kind of like how it would be like Minecraft maybe. I would say Animal Crossing, but I guess like town building stuff mostly came from like Minecraft. Like I'm seeing like this one is gonna be, you get to go between two different time periods, or go through time past and present, and build up on this island in the landscape and be able to take on the roles as you always get to do in Fantasy Life. I'm excited to see if they add any new type of classes that you can take on, and also like that it's easy switching over to the different classes. So and they also kept the style of Fantasy Life on the 3DS, which I really love, like that they didn't decide to change it. I'm glad they decided to just keep it how it was and just add up all these new elements. So oh my gosh, it's so exciting to see some of these games that are going to be on the Switch. And yeah, so that like level 5, I feel like level 5 is gonna be, this is his comeback time. So the next game also, Fashion Dreamer, aka Style Savvy. I never actually had to play the Style Savvy games when they were coming out, but just looking at how it's going to be like with the fashion design element, we don't have a lot of games like this on the Switch. I like to call it like, it's like girly core. You know, there are like a lot of games during the Nintendo DS time period where they were just like just good games just for the heck of it, clicking games, all these types of like dress up games, Barbie games, everything, and then it's just kind of like fell off. So I'm happy to see that they are giving us a dress-up game, just a nice chill game to be able to design, live out your fashion design dreams. And I love that. I love the simulation of fashion design. It's so great. I have a fashion design degree, so basically it's the same but in a video game. I don't know, I just love it. So I'm really excited for that, and the fact that they decided to make it like a fashion influencer thing. So I can't wait to see more gameplay of it. I love the art graphic style. It looks so nice, and also I love that they have the diversity in it. They have like different skin tones, so it's gonna be awesome. Another thing I was excited for was the Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color Game Boy releases on the Switch. So a lot of people have always been asking for Game Boy games to be on the Switch, and I actually have been wondering why it had taken so long for them to finally give those over. I mean, everyone's kind of been doing like emulation, or even like the market of Game Boy games has skyrocketed like for collectors. So I'm happy that they're more accessible for people who don't want to actually like do emulations for certain games. And I hope that they add like the older Pokemon games on there as well. So that's gonna be so much fun. So you get to access these things through your Nintendo Switch online. Another thing that I thought was awesome was also Etrian Odyssey. So I have actually been wanting to collect the Etrian Odyssey games on the 3DS, but as I mentioned before, a lot of game collecting is expensive when it comes to like certain games on certain platforms. So I'm kind of happy I decided to port it over into the Switch, the first 3 games, so you can get an introduction to the series, and I kind of hope that they continue doing more ports. So the Etrian series, like it works with the dual screen of the Nintendo DS or 3DS, where you draw the map with the touchscreen. It seems like they're going to be doing the map making system on a side, like a split screen on the Switch. And I wonder how that's going to work with drawing the map out and how the touchscreen will work and everything. But it looks so cool. Like, I'm really happy they decided to port some of these games over. I love ports because there's a time when I didn't game and I missed out on so many different games that came out. Another game I wanted to mention also was Deca Police. So I don't know much about what this game is going to be about. Like, I do love this new genre of detective style games that is coming about, because we have Raincoat that's going to be releasing later this year, and now this one, it kind of looks similar to how Raincoat is graphically. How it looks similar, but it's like you get to go through 2 different worlds. It looks like a digitized world and then like the real world. So I'm kind of interested to see how the gameplay would be for that one. It sounds really cool. And last that I'm really excited for is Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So we got more game footage for Zelda. There's going to be a collector's edition, which good luck to all of you. Good luck to me trying to find the collector's edition, because as you know, Nintendo does not do well when it comes to the collector's editions of games. But I'm really hoping that I can get one. Trying to make sure to continuously be online to see when it drops finally for retailers that it says that it's going to. So let's fingers crossed to all of you guys. One thing I did want to talk about when it came to that is firstly the price. So the price for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is going to be $69.99 instead of $59.99. So I'm wondering why that extra price. Well, actually I was wondering, but then I was kind of thinking about how long it's taking them to get the game out, and just like I know it has to been a lot of time and dedication into this game, and maybe that's why they decided to up the price point, because I feel like this is going to be maybe like a precursor to Switch games going up in price. I do notice that like the Pikmin 4 game, or even like some of the new releases, the Kirby game, they all are still at $59.99, but Zelda is like, I guess, I know it's gonna be the biggest seller this year, so they decided to up the price. I don't know, I'm a little bit iffy on it, mostly because inflation. Eggs are already really expensive, so I would like if they didn't decide to raise all the prices on the Switch games, since they already are pretty pricey. I'm still picking it up, of course, because I need Zelda now. Seeing some more gameplay of Zelda is just like, it's gonna be amazing. I feel like they're going to really improve on the Zelda like mechanics of Breath of the Wild and make it more, and the enemies look like way more interesting. Like, it just takes a lot to be able to take the enemies they already have in Breath of the Wild and basically like double it and make something more. Like, I already feel like I already seen everything in Breath of the Wild, and I feel like Tears of the Kingdom is going to like give me a run for my money, because it's gonna be like the Lionels all over again. I don't want to combat. But I really do have this feeling, I'm just gonna put this out there, I feel like Zelda herself will be a playable character, and I I really hope that happens, only because just from watching the trailer, even when she's like lend me your strength link, it makes me feel like you're gonna get a moment where you get to play with Zelda and maybe use his powers or something like that. Like, I don't know, I just really hope that they let you play it with Zelda. Like, I don't know, I just feel it. I feel it is gonna be something in the game. I hope that that happens, because it would be awesome to be able to play as Zelda as well. Even though, you know, Link is awesome, of course, but I don't know, I just love how Zelda is in this series, in the Breath of the Wild series, and it's just so cool if you get to be able to play with her, you know. Those are a few games that stuck out to me during the Nintendo Direct, and yeah, I'm so excited for this year and all the releases, and my backlog is crying. But what were some games that you're excited for during this Direct? What do you think of the Direct? Did you think it was good? I feel like it started out kind of like okay, and then it was like wow for me. Let me know down in the comments, what are some of your favorite releases that were announced, and I hope all of you guys are doing well as always. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day as always. Bye.